Gospel Start Time, 98.3 FM, 1280 MWJEY early, Saturday morning, Gospel Start Time, and gonna say good morning to Brother Michael Jenkins. Our time stands as 8:30. He's gonna be celebrating a birthday because with him on next Saturday. He's gonna tell you more about it. Good morning to you, Brother Michael Jenkins.
Good morning to you, Tater, and good morning to everyone out there. As you can see, I'm without some things this morning. I knew when I left the house this morning, I said to myself, I'm forgetting something. Turns out it was my headphones. But anyway, I'm here. And I also want to wish a very happy birthday today to Miss Cindy Mason. She's a production lady here. She does commercials. She does a lot of stuff here. But she's a great person, too. I'm glad to be able to wish her a happy birthday. Anyway, so the question here and now is, what is happening now? What's happening now with your team? Where are you right now at this point of the basketball season? And or other sporting things, like for instance, this week, TJ Sanders from Marion High School is in the NFL playoff. His team is the Buffalo Bills. And TJ had the exciting moment last week of recording his first quarterback sack. And that went over the internet like crazy. Everyone from around here was happy, obviously, that one of their own is doing great things and progressing. But that's not it. There's more. Xavier Legette is in the NFL playoff by virtue of his Carolina Panthers. And he is a wide receiver for them, if you don't know. He is from Mullins High School. And Xavier looking to represent the people in Marion County, I'm sure, because he's a big rah-rah guy when it comes to Marion County. Also, Squirt Scott. And Squirt Scott is a defensive back from the University of Kentucky. He was in the portal recently, but he's now out of the portal, and looks like he'll be matriculating in Columbia for the South Carolina Gamecocks, which is where I thought he should have been anyway from the beginning. They didn't come after him hard enough. They should have. He's an outstanding talent, and of course, Squirt is also from Marion. So you got Mullins, Marion, and Marion. TJ's from Marion, and it's just great to see these kids right now progressing at the professional level. So, congratulations to those guys and the families. And 4:30 today, the Panthers play today. They play the Rams today. I think they're going to win that game. At 1 o'clock Sunday, Buffalo plays against Jacksonville. And these are wild card games. In case you don't know what a wild card game is, it's like a pre-playoff, if you will. You got the teams who are not the top teams, but where they finished in their division and in their conference, they were deemed to be teams that should get a shot at the playoff through this wild card mechanism. And usually those wild card teams don't win. Sometimes they do. I remember a couple of them winning back in the day. I remember the Giants doing it, going the wild card route. But it's not an easy route to take. But the Panthers, they've been up and down all year. Buffalo has been solid all year. TJ's been out for a good part of the season with an injury. So, but it's good to see those guys playing on the biggest stage of pro football this weekend. As it turns out, they're all from right here. And there's his grandmother right now, Dolores Cross. Good morning. How are you? Now, I saw a couple of games this week. I went to Mullins versus Manning on Tuesday night. And Mullins boys were able to turn back Manning, who started out really great, but they weren't able to sustain it. And the constant defensive pressure by the auctioneers kind of just opened up the floodgates, and Mullins was able to pull away for the victory. Mullins girls also won. No, actually, they lost. But it was a tough game. And it was a game that they could have won, even though they trailed for most of it. Michael Davis, good morning. Pamela Owens, good morning. How are you? Mr. Carl Brantley, happy Saturday morning to you. Now, but last night I went to see Marion hosting Lake City. Okay. And the boys' game was, there was some struggles there for a while, but Marion basically overwhelmed them. There were no real match for the Swamp Foxes last time. The Marion won, pretty much going away. But the game of the night was the girls' game. Marion girls, a team that I have spoken about some on the program, but not a lot. But I'm loving what I'm seeing out of them. And I'm going to talk about the Mullers girls when I'm done here, because I saw some things there that were also unbelievable. But Marion girls, and I wrote some things down to some notes to kind of give you guys an idea of where I'm at right now with them and what I see. And what I see is a very tough group of girls basketball players. Tough is probably their number one asset. Right now they're playing well. They're looking like a playoff team. And they won a big game last night over Lake City, a very talented Lake City basketball team, who it seemed had kind of put them away in the third quarter, but that didn't happen. Marion turned it around, and it was their scrappy defense and their hustle that really was the difference for them last night. I kind of thought they were going to get beat. When they went down by 6 points, I said, okay, Lake City's got these talented players. They had been playing well up till then. I kind of felt Lake City was going to take them, but that didn't happen. So let me take a look at Marion and how they have fared this year, starting from beginning to end. And it's an interesting story. Right now, and these are Chris Sanders' girls, by the way. Chris really worked with these girls and got them in a certain frame of mind. And right now they are like, they're playing ball. They're playing unafraid. I mean, they're giving everything they have out there. And right now, as I said, they're 10-7, 1-3 in the region. Last night they beat Lake City 55-53. And they did that on the strength of some great down the stretch action, great down the stretch defense, great down the stretch hustle, because they were coming away with loose balls and they scrapped for everything they got last night. But looking at their season, I'm going to recap their season. And this is the way it went. They started out the season with a 44-31 loss to Strom Thurmond. They went directly to they beat Strom Thurmond. They lost to Ben Lippen by 52-39. Then they got Latta by 5. Then they lost to Atlanta Collegiate Academy 56-34 before beating Myrtle Beach 35-25. They lost to St. James 41-36. Now, if you look at a lot of these losses, especially these next 3 or 4, most of the differential was about 4 to 5 points. They lost by 5 points to St. James, 41-36. They beat Johnsonville 56-17 before losing to Kingstree 51-46. They lost to Dillon by 4, 56-52. They lost to Mullins by 5, 32-27. They beat HHEHS 51-43. They beat Florence Christian High School, just like FCHS, 50-37. And they lost by 4 to Piedmont, 59-55 in overtime, before beating Central 61-18, before beating Hartsville by 5, 49-44, beating Lakewood 51-40, and then last night's game against Lake City that they beat them 55-43. I wanted to give some props out to the roster as well, because I'm really impressed with what these girls are doing. So I'll just read you the whole roster, and I will interject certain things as they go down. But Janiyah Hall. Janiyah Hall. It's a junior, point guard. Kristen Shaw. This is Tom Shaw's granddaughter. She's a senior, forward. She hustles, plays good defense. Tough. Shatira Bethea. Now, this is a girl last night that I wrote about in my sports group, and also have talked about it kind of extensively this year. And that is, Shatira is an absolute. She gives everything she's got every time she's on the floor. Her battling last night kind of turned Marion's fortunes around, I think. Her toughness, man, her rebounding, her athleticism. Shatira Bethea is the real deal. She's a senior this year, and it's really fun watching her play. Ayani Malloy plays the point for them, and she played pretty well last night. She's very, very quick. Has a little shot from outside when she takes it. So she showed up last night. Kiamani McClellan, it's a junior shooting guard. Shemaya McKelvey, she played big for Marion last night as well, shooting the ball from outside. I had told her some weeks ago that I knew she had a good shot, but she just needed to take it more. And after I guess she felt like after she missed a few, she was on a path where she wasn't making as many as maybe she would like. So she kind of hesitated in shooting it. But last night she came in, was letting it fly, and it worked. They won. Nevaeh Shaw is Tom Shaw's other daughter who's on the team. She played well last night. She plays a forward. She plays some guard. She mixes it up inside. She's a part of that tough mentality that Marion High School girls have been able to foment, and now they are looking pretty good, and as I said, looking like a playoff team. Ashante Goss is a sophomore, shooting guard, point guard. Kirsten Woodbury, she's a junior. And Malia Williams is a star of the team, no doubt. And she is really the one that makes everything go for them, because she never stops. She never stops. She's strong. She's physical, and she's skilled. See, a lot of people don't realize about these girls is that they're all teammates on the softball team. They know each other. They played together for the last several years, basketball and softball. So there's a kind of a connection there between them where they know each other. And they understand each other. And that shows out there on the floor as they never give up. You know, you see them trailing and you think, oh boy, they're in real trouble now. And then here they come. Knocking people upside the head, putting them on the floor, whatever it takes to get the ball back. They do. And so, with that said, my hat's off to the Swamp Foxes, as they have played this year. And I also have to give props to the coach as well. And that would be Coach Justice Gee. She's the head coach for Marion, I think. I'm pretty sure. I see another guy here, Christopher Nolan. I don't really know him. I think that's the big guy on the sideline. But Justice Gee has a history. Justice Gee is from Timmonsville. Justice Gee had been starting on Timmonsville basketball team for something like since she was in the 7th grade. So she's got pedigree. And I think that they made a good choice in this hire. I think she'll pay benefits for them going forward. She's a young coach. She understands the game. And she comes from a winning tradition. So, Swamp Foxes, looking good. They can just continue this. They might put themselves in a good position for a playoff position, a playoff spot. And really, that's really the only thing that really matters. Those games before the conference, those games before those conference games are played is one thing. You know, it's to get them ready for what's coming in the playoff. And if they could come out of this conference schedule with a decent record, it will determine how far they could go. And how far they could go depends a lot on the seeding. You don't want to get a seeding against the number one seed, and you got to go on the road, and it's going to be trouble. So, anyway, now Mullins girls. There were two girls on Mullins that I knew about that really got my attention a little bit more last week. Now Mullins right now is sitting at 2-8, so they've not won a lot of those non-conference games that they had scheduled. They won one conference game, but they lost some people from last year, and that's why I think that they're in trouble. Primarily that big girl that went to ladder. That really hurt them, because when I thought about Mullins girls this year, I thought in terms of her. And then when I found out she was gone, I was like, oh boy, this is not good. But I'm going to read the roster, the whole roster, and then I'm going to focus on one or two players that really got my attention last week. And one is Nikivia Gerald, Jr., guard, 5'6". Brianna Ford, sophomore, point guard, 5'3". Naomi Carter, senior, guard, 5'2". Quintia Dickerson, senior, guard, 5'5". Mariah McLeod, senior, center forward, 5'7". Adriana Bridget, forward, 5'7", junior. Autumn Worley, senior, guard, 5'6". Jakina Bacchus, she's a junior, guard forward, 5'5". Nariah Woodbury, sophomore, point guard, 5'4". Rihanna Wright, senior, center, 5'10". Ivory Timmons, sophomore, guard, 5'6". Jada Davis, senior, guard forward, 5'7". And Timoni Brock, sophomore, 5'11". Now, let's look a little closer at a couple of the players that I was talking about. And one of them is Nariah Woodbury. Now, I've been watching Mariah for the last couple of years. Mariah has a Marion connection. Her dad is Donovan Woodbury, one of the greatest leapers that I've ever seen in recreation department football. But she's also tied in with Squirt's cousin, TJ's cousin. So she's coming from a very talented family. And she did some things the other night that really kind of kept Mullins in this basketball game to the point where they couldn't stop her. Oh, yeah. Cheryl Lester says they are also on the track team together. See, so that further bolsters my argument about these girls from Mullins and their connections. Kelvin Williams, good morning. How are you doing today, my big guy? But Nariah is extremely talented, folks. She could be the best girls player in the county. Really, literally right now. And one of the very best in the PeeDee. And she's just in the 10th grade. And she's already played, 3 years of varsity? 7th, 8th, 9th, and now 10th. Is this her 4th year of varsity? That's crazy. But she really lit the torch for them the other night. Kind of kept them in it with her mini drives and mostly her defense, though. Her defense is unbelievable. James Gooney Smith, good morning. How are you doing, my brother? And then there's Brianna Ford. And the reason why Brianna jumps off the page, obviously I have been noticing her for the last couple of years as well. She's just a sophomore, but she did a move the other night, folks. Don't ask me to explain what that move was. All I know is that I was floored. I mean, it was like some kind of change of direction move on this girl that was guarding her. And the girl was all out of pocket. After she put that move on her, the girl was going away. And Brianna did her thing and made the bucket. I mean, unbelievable this girl is. So Mullins girls are kind of struggling right now. They're going to have to kick it up a little bit to get themselves in a good position where they don't have to be fed to the Wolves in a first-round playoff game, say, somewhere down in Charleston. You don't really want that. As far as Mullins and Marion boys go, Marion boys are getting better. I seen some things last night that I didn't realize before, and that is, I was wondering where the shooters were on Marion's team because I hadn't seen them hit a lot of outside shots during this season, the games I've seen them play. Charles White is probably their best shooter, and I've seen him shoot it some this year from long range, but not much else from anybody else for the most part. But last night, I seen a kid come off the bench for Marion that I wasn't aware of, and he looked pretty good. Let me see, where is this kid at? Let me see if I can track his name down, because outside shooting is very important. Let's see, do I have him here? No, I'll have to get that for you another time. But across the board, Marion is improving. I can say the same thing for Mullins as well. Marion's big men are really the difference for them right now. When you look at Ian Goss, when you look at the what's the kid's name? Roderick. Those two are a formidable task for anybody. Last night, Ian was all over the place last night, blocking shots. I saw what some guy posted. Hey, he might have blocked 12 shots last night. He could have blocked more. But he's getting in there, and he's blocking multiple shots per every time he's on defense. He's blocking possessions. He's blocking 4 and 5 shots in one possession. That's a game changer, as this gentleman said. When you've got a guy in the middle who can stop up just about everything in there, who can let your guys out front gamble a little bit, and he can cover for them. That's what Marion has right now. And I believe that that's going to bode well for them going forward. Mullins' thing is, it's really their guards that's really doing it. You know, it's Deion Ford, it's KJ Ford, and it's Jakari. Jakari is a guy that doesn't rush shots. You very rarely see him forcing anything on the offensive end. But when you need a shot, when you need a bucket, if Deion doesn't get it for you, Jakari will. And he does this consistently. I've seen multiple games where they were in desperate need of a bucket, and the ball wasn't moving like it's supposed to, and it ends up in his hand, and he lets it go. And it's usually nothing but cord for this guy. So Mullins' backcourt is really ruling the roost for them. You expect that when you got two guys that are all-state. One is already an all-state. Deion should have been an all-state. And then you got Deion's little cousin, KJ, coming up. And right now he's playing completely solid basketball. He's totally unfazed with any pressure situations. Made a couple of layups last night. A couple of driving layups that were just unbelievable. His body control is really what makes him special. And his overall basketball knowledge of positioning and such. KJ is a natural. And I always told people, he's not that big a kid, even though he did grow some from last year. I ever said that if he ever gets to the height of his dad, Ken Ford, over. It will be absolutely over. Because KJ has got a ton of skills. You know what? Let's turn our attention real quick to... Oh, by the way, last week, Albert Lewis called. He hit me up in the message thing here telling me that they were going to beat the Giants last week. His last request, beating the Giants, the sorry Giants now, Didn't happen. He couldn't even get that one right. Wow. Anyway, looking at the state rankings, for January 6th. And in 5A boys, Dorman is ranked number 1 there, followed by Ridgeview, Cane Bay, Ashley Ridge. Hold on one second. Ashley Ridge, Dutch Fork is number 5, followed by Burns at 6. Sumter Gamecocks are 7. And by the way, Sumter is looking for a new football coach as well. Good morning, Miss Alice Brunson. How are you? Always one of my biggest supporters. This woman supported me when nobody did. Alice, with money. Thank you, Alice. I'll never forget you. You'll always be one of my favorites. West Ashley is 8. Spartanburg is 9. Boiling Springs is 10. 5A Division II boys. Top 10. Greenville's number 1. Followed by Westwood, Riverside, Fort Mill, Goose. By the way, now, Omar Hemingway from Britain's Neck, Gresham down there, he lives in Goose Creek now, so he became a big Goose Creek fan. And Goose Creek boys and girls are both ranked, and he was telling me, I was telling him I think he was keeping secrets, because he always lets me know when Goose Creek is doing good, but not this year. But now he finally told me, he said, yeah, Mike, we loaded this year. It's on now. So, Goose Creek Gators, baby, you better watch them. T.L. Hanna is number 6, followed by Irmo at 7. St. James is number 8. Greenwood is 9. Eastside is 10. 5A Division I girls top 10 finds Burns at the top spot, followed by Spartanburg, Lexington, Malden is 4. Wando is 5. Number 6 is Blythewood. Number 7 is Dorman. Number 8 is Dutch Fork. West Ashley is 9. And J.L. Mann is 10. 5A Division II girls, top 10. Goose Creek Lady Gators, ranked number 1. Usually when they come in and rank number 1, you better watch them Gators. I'm going to tell you, it's what it is down there. North Myrtle Beach is ranked number 2. They are followed by Gaffney at 3. Berkeley, 4. Irmo, Greenwood, Greenville, Myrtle Beach. T.L. Hanna is 9, and Catawba Ridge is 10. 4A boys, Gray Collegiate top dogs, followed by North Augusta at 2, May River at 3, Wilson Tigers at 4, Crestwood is 5, followed by Brooklyn Casey, Hartsville, Seneca, Camden, Bluffton. And by the way, Marion plays Camden today at Wilson High School, from what I understand. Some kind of showcase that they're having over there. And then Bluffton is ranked number 10. 4A girls. Camden girls are ranked number 1. Wow. West Side is 2, followed by North Augusta, South Point, Daniel, Blue Ridge. Lower Richland is ranked number 8. South Aiken is 9, and Great Collegiate girls are 10. Boys. Class 3A Christ Church is ranked number 1. Loris Lions, number 2. How you like that? Fox Creek is 3. Keenan is 4. St. Joseph's Catholic is 5. Waccamaw, Georgetown come in at 6 and 7. Orangeburg Wilkinson is 8. Chapman is 9. Belton Honey Path is 10. 3A girls. Oceanside Collegiate is number 1, followed by Walhalla. Dillon girls, finally getting the recognition they deserve. They're ranked number 3. St. Joseph is 4. Keenan is 5. Enter is 6, followed by Southside Christian, West Oak, Fox Creek, Orangeburg Wilkinson. 2A boys. Liberty is ranked number 1, followed by High Point, Andrew Jackson, American Leadership Academy. Chesney is 5. Philip Simmons is 6. Central is 7. Mullins boys are ranked number 8. Hampton County is 9. Lake Marion and Marion are tied for the 10th spot. So I think that's it for me right now. Right, Tanner? I'm done.
Oh, yeah.
Folks, that's all the time I have. I'll be back next week with more. Have a wonderful, safe week. Peace.